Hello friends, I hope everyone is good. This is 26th December 2020 and the day is Saturday. Two or three very important news which have come from across the globe. One is that the Crown Prince of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman, has been inoculated with the first vaccine in the kingdom. He was injected with the Pfizer vaccine on camera, and it was taken as a good news for the Arab world, because when not only Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman was injected with the vaccine, but also their health minister, defense minister, and deputy prime minister were also given the shots. And there is also a very important news from Turkey. Turkey has announced that the interim analysis of the Chinese vaccine CoronaVac has shown that it is 91.25% effective, and there were 7,000 plus volunteers which are taking part in these trials, and out of those the result from the 1322 have been announced. They have seen 29 positive cases for COVID, and out of those 29, 26 belonged to the group which were given the vaccine. And the group out of the 1322 which was given the vaccine, that group had 752 volunteers. And in comparison with these 752 volunteers who were given vaccine, 570 they were given the placebo. And out of those 572, 26 developed the COVID infection. Now the three of the volunteers which have developed the COVID infection and they belong to the vaccinated group or the vaccine group, out of those three, only one developed mild signs and symptoms, and two didn't even develop the symptom, and they were all PCR positive. So the Turkish government concludes that based on this interim analysis, which shows the efficacy of 91.25%, they now think that this vaccine, this Chinese vaccine, is best for their people to start with. So they have already made a commitment of 50 million doses with the Chinese company, but the first shipment of the 3 million doses will arrive there till Monday, and they'll start injecting people with the vaccine. Now the trial will conclude once there are around 40 people who had developed the coronavirus infection and they are part of the trial. Now they have got 29 of those already developed the infection, and they still need 11 more volunteers who had developed the corona infection, and then they'll sort out how many of them belong to the vaccine group and how many of them belong to the placebo group. The Turkish government hasn't not only made a commitment with the Chinese company, but they are also trying to acquire, and they have made a commitment with the Pfizer, and they hope to get the Pfizer vaccine till March 2021. Another important news came from the Brazil that also belongs to the same vaccine of the Chinese company, and the name of the vaccine is CoronaVac, and the news has come from the Brazil. You know, the Brazil has already got 190 people who died at the hands of the COVID-19. So they are in a deep crisis when it comes to the severity of the disease. They have shown that the efficacy of the Chinese vaccine is more than 50%. And they are also arranging like 5.5 million doses from the Chinese company, and they are starting their people inoculations within a week, or they have already started it. So it's a great trust by the Turkish and the Brazilian governments in the Chinese company. So many people are being injected with the Pfizer vaccine, and it's showing result, and people are obviously happy because no one is developing any severe side effects. One more update about the variant which started from the UK. People are asking, is there relation between the South African variant and the UK variant? They are totally unrelated. The name of the strain from the United Kingdom is, we call it either B117 or we also call it VOC 2012/01. That is the first strain in December of 2020, which is variant of concern, or sometimes we call it VUI variant under investigation 2020-12/01. From South Africa, we have the strain which we call N501Y, and that is also the name given to the UK strain. Why we call it N501Y? Because at a position of 501, which is the receptor binding domain position of the spike protein in the genetic material, because there is a change and which translates into the change in the amino acids. So at a 501 location, N mean asparagine. Asparagine is a amino acid. So there is a replacement of asparagine by the Y. Y mean tyrosine. So that shows the exact location of the mutation. But these are totally unrelated variants, and they have developed in each country independent of each other. Lebanon confirms that they have now this strain in the people who have arrived from the United Kingdom and they have been isolated. Japan also confirms that it has got around 10 people who have traveled from United Kingdom to Japan, and they turned out to be positive for the strain and they have been isolated. Same goes for the Ireland. Ireland government has announced that the strain is now present in the Ireland and it is related with the British strain because people travel from United Kingdom to Ireland. And that is the reason that across the world now governments are banning the traveling from United Kingdom to their countries without a negative PCR test in the last 72 hours. United States government has announced, rather you can say the CDC, which is the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, has announced that anyone traveling from United Kingdom to America will have to have a negative PCR test in the last 72 hours. And they have requested the airlines, or they have asked the airlines to follow this rule, that they will have to check the passengers' documents and the PCR status. And they will not allow any passenger to travel from United Kingdom to America if either the patient refuses to undergo any testing for the COVID-19 or the passenger fails to provide any document regarding that. So these are some new developments, and I'll try to keep on sharing these developments as they happen. If you like the video, please press the like button. If you think it can help someone else, do share the video, and also subscribe the channel if you haven't done it yet. Thank you so much for watching the video.